Hi everyone, welcome to our channel, Rebecca Stew and Brew. I'm Rebecca and today we have some new Dollar Tree DIYs for you guys. We're going to do some fall crafts. So let's go over the supplies we'll need to create these projects. For project number 1, we're going to be using the foam pumpkins from Dollar Tree. They have them in 3 different colors, black, orange, and white. We will be using the black one today, but really anyone will do for this project. Also, we're going to use the metal ribbon that they sold over the summer. They had it in a few different varieties. And then we're going to use some small white flowers, anyone will do, and some greenery. We're also going to need some hot glue and some scissors. Some wire ties. I'm going to use black to coordinate with my project and some black wire. So let's get crafty. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove that orange stem from the black pumpkin. It's got a little dowel rod, kind of toothpick thing in the middle. You'll want to pull that out as well. Then take your wire ribbon and hold it in the center at the top. Wrap it around your pumpkin till it meets in the middle, and then cut your piece of ribbon to size. This is going to be how long we'll need all of the pieces. And we're going to cut 3 more pieces. You'll just lay it on the table and just measure them on top of each other until you get a few pieces that are the same length. Then we're just going to take that wire ribbon, wrap it around the pumpkin, and slide the wire tie through each end. And then you'll pull the wire tie tight, and then we'll work on the second piece. So we'll do this on the complete opposite side. You just wrap the wire around, and then you're going to take that zip strip or that wire tie, and you're going to slide it under the first one that you put on for the first piece of ribbon. And then just slide the wire tie through the opposite end of the ribbon and then tighten the wire tie. Now you want to work in small increments. You don't want to tighten it all the way down right off the get-go. That way you'll have some space to move the ribbon around in case it slides out of the position you have it in. And then you can finish tightening the wire tie all the way down once you have it in place. And now we'll add our third piece. Again, you just slide that wire tie under the first few wire ties that we attached. And then just grab the other piece of ribbon on the other side and bend it towards the top. Slide your wire tie through and then fasten it. And then we're going to add 1 more piece to this pumpkin. So we needed 4 pieces in all. And then we cut 1 more piece of the wire ribbon, a little bit shorter because we're going to use that as our stem. And once you have these tightened on and all the pieces on, you're just going to go back and take your scissors, make sure that all the pieces are on nice and tight, and then cut off the excess wire ties with your scissors. Okay, and then we add the 4th piece. So once that's done, we cut off all the excess wire ties at the top, and then we took some scissors, or you can use like a wrench or some wire cutters. It's really up to you. Just something to hold a ribbon on one end and then twist it into like a little curly Q here to make the stem. Now this was a little bit too long. I ended up going back in and cutting some of the wire off just because it was way too big. Once I had it figured out and cut down to size, then what I did is I took 3 pieces of that black wire. I just slide it underneath of the wire ties in 3 different spots at the top of the pumpkin. And then I take that wire and slide it through the stem on the different sides of the pumpkin and just twist it like a twisty tie. And you're just fastening that stem to the top of the pumpkin until you have it on nice and tight. And again, I only used 3 pieces. I just wrapped it all the way around each side of the stem there. Cut off your excess wire and then go ahead and decorate the top. So we have these little white flowers we picked up at the Dollar Tree. Really any flowers will do. You don't even have to add flowers if you don't want to. You could decorate the top with ribbon. You could use leaves. The flowers, obviously, maybe some pearls would be pretty wrapped around the top. So there's lots of different options you can use to decorate it. But the reason we're adding these flowers is to just help any of those little wire ties that might be sticking out or visible. It helps to disguise them, and that way you can't see exactly how we put this together. And it just gives it more of a finished look. So we just keep filling in our flowers all the way around until we have it pretty full, added a few leaves. And then we took that black wire that we used earlier, we wrapped it around a pencil to give us these little curly cues, and then we add those to the pumpkin all the way around in a few different spots with some hot glue. And of course, this part's optional. You don't have to add these either, but we just like to add them in, and they look kind of like little vines coming off of the stem where their floral pieces were at. And you can attach them with some hot glue. If you wanted to, you could just slide it underneath of the wire strips that we added earlier and then twist it to attach them. Now, when you attach them, they do kind of get a little bit messed up because it's just a thin wire. So you might have to adjust them and curl them up a little bit more if they, look a little bit strange just from handling them. But we just added, I think, 3 or 4 different pieces, and that's it. Our first project is complete. I absolutely love this pumpkin so much. I love how it turned out. I've had this excess metal ribbon for a while from Dollar Tree, so it was fun to find a new way to use it in a craft project. Now let's go over our second project. We're going to use another foam pumpkin from Dollar Tree. This time we're going to use the white one. And then you can use any stickers you like. I've just had these stickers for about 2 years. I picked them up on clearance 1 year. We're going to use some ribbon, some raffia, and then we'll need some scissors and some hot glue. We're also going to need one of these little hats from Dollar Tree and some googly eyes. We're also going to be just taking this white pumpkin and decorating it for the fall holidays. So basically just taking these stickers, we're going to put them all over the pumpkin, anywhere you like. It's just a sticker sheet with a bunch of different Halloween words on them. You can find things like this at Target, at their dollar spot, Hobby Lobby. Right now they have them, I think, like 40 to 50% off. So they're pretty cheap, about $1.50 for the pack. Or of course, Dollar Tree has quite a few different packs of stickers out for the holidays that you can use to decorate this with also. And then we are just going to keep going around and adding our stickers until we have them all used up. Now the word spooky here, I really liked it a lot, but there's no cutout for the middle of the letters for the P and the O's. And I thought it would be really cute to add some extra detail to the O. So I glued on 2 small googly eyes from Dollar Tree right in the middle, and then just finished putting all the stickers on. And now we're going to decorate the top by adding one of these hats from Dollar Tree. Comes in a 3-pack. We'll just attach this to the top, right over top of the stem. And then we'll decorate the top a little bit more. I have these little candy corn embellishments from a few years ago. I also picked those up on clearance, so I decided I might use those as well. But first we're going to take some ribbon and just about a 2-inch piece, fold it in half or tie it in the middle and fold it in half. And then you're just going to glue these all the way around the brim of the hat just to fill in, give some extra color. I like that it matched the hat, just gave another pop of color on this white and black background. So I fill it in all the way around the top of the hat. And then we're going to take 1 piece of raffia, wrap it around 4 fingers about 4 or 5 times to create these loops. And then you can take some twine or some more raffia and just tie it right in the center to create a very simple bow. I ended up making about 3 of these raffia bows to glue around the top of the pumpkin around the hat. Once I have it tied off, I'm just going to fluff up the ribbon a little bit, separate the pieces so it doesn't look like it's all clumped together in the middle, and then cut off any excess pieces that I don't need. So I made about 3 of these, and then we're just going to attach it to the hat using some hot glue. And then we'll attach the raffia with some hot glue. And if you want, you can add some more embellishments to the center of your bows. You could use buttons, some little plastic spiders, some of the Dollar Tree stickers. They have these little wooden stickers that look like pumpkins and things that you can put here. There's lots of different options you can put in the middle. It's really up to you. You can even add flowers or something if you like, or just leave it as is. And so here's our second project. Very easy. Anybody could do this. It's very simple. Just wanted to show you some different ways to decorate these foam pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. Okay, let's go over project number 3. We have these 2 signs from the Dollar Tree. They are chalkboard signs with the fabric buffalo plaid in the background. They had a rectangle and an oval. We're going to use some faux leather in white. We're going to need some scissors, a rub-on transfer, and a wood ornament. And then we're going to use the same for the round one. We'll need some ribbon, a paintbrush, some different colors of paint. We're also going to need some fall stickers and some beads. We'll need 1 sheet of notebook paper, some scissors and some hot glue, a paint marker or chalk. So let's get crafty. First thing we're going to do is take our notebook paper. We're going to lay it on top of the chalkboard sign and just rub along the edge to get an outline of the black chalkboard piece. So we're going to be using a rub-on transfer here, and I didn't think we were going to be able to see it that well with the black background. So we're going to use this as a template and use it to cut out a shape to add to the middle of the sign. So once we have the original shape cut out, we're just going to fold it in 4 and then cut an oval that's small enough to fit in the center of the black chalkboard oval that we have. Once we have the right size template, we're just going to lay it on top of the faux leather, trace around it with a pencil, and then we'll cut out the oval. Now we've got our oval cut out. We're going to fold it in half to find the center and make sure we have it in the right spot. We'll fold it in half and then lay it right in the middle. And then we can start attaching this to the background with some hot glue. So we'll just add a few small dots of glue around the outside border. You don't need a lot, less is more. And we're still going to add the rub-on transfer here, so you don't want it to be real bumpy and unable to put the transfer on. If you have a whole bunch of glue on the background, it's going to make it really bumpy and it's not going to lay nice and straight. So we've got our circle all glued on, or our oval, I apologize. And now we're going to take that rub-on transfer. It says pumpkin spice and everything nice. And we're going to attach this to the faux leather. And we're just using this little plastic tool here we picked up a long time ago at a craft store for like $2. But you could just use a popsicle stick or one of these little tools from Dollar Tree that they sell over by the vinyl tools. So just some different options for you to use. So you want to be patient and take your time. And then when you go to peel off the transfer paper that's on the top, that clear film, just take your time. If anything looks like it's not sticking, just lay it back down and rub over it again. Now we're going to take one of these wood ornaments from Dollar Tree. We're going to use the one that looks like a coffee cup. And we're going to draw some whipped cream on top. And then we made the brim of the cup. And once we have all of the design kind of penciled in, you don't want it too dark, but you do want to be able to see it a little bit. Then we're going to paint it. So we painted the top white to make it look like whipped cream. And then we mixed up some orange paint with a tiny little bit of light brown to give us this darker orange color. And then I drew a circle right in the middle of the coffee cup and painted that white. And then the whole rest of the cup is just going to be the orange. And I did go back in with tiny little bit of darker brown paint and add some low lights to it, just around the edges to kind of give it like an outline and help the image to pop off of the background and not just blend in and look like a flat coffee cup. So here we're adding some shadowing just by using a little bit darker paint. It was like an off-white kind of color, and we just used it to add in a few like squiggly lines where the whipped cream was at. As you can see, I added some more of that dark color around the edges there, and I'm going to take either a paint marker or one of their gold ornament markers. They're metallic markers they have out all year, and we're just going to trace around the circle here to help it to stand off or stand out. And then I take a sticker. I'm actually using a planner sticker, one of their notebooks that they sold recently. It has a bunch of different seasonal stickers in it. And I'm just going to put a sticker right in the middle of the coffee cup. And this one just says give thanks. I just love how that looks. And then we'll take some hot glue and we'll add this to our sign over on the side here. Our little cup of pumpkin spice. And then we'll add some beads to the holder that we already had attached to it. And that one's finished. And now for the second one, we're going to paint the pumpkin ornament with an off-white, which is a very light kind of off-white tan color. And then once we have the first layer done, we're going to go back in with some white paint and start adding some detail lines to the pumpkin. We'll add some details all the way around the top just to put those little lines in for the pumpkin and give it some more detail so it's not laying so flat. And then I went in with a little bit darker brown paint and added some more details to the edges and a few lines at the top and the bottom. I'm just using a really small detail brush to add just a tiny little bit of detail to the pumpkin. It really doesn't have to be fancy. You don't have to be an artist to do this. It's literally just putting a few lines around the top. Everybody knows what a pumpkin looks like. Just add a few lines to the top and bottom, and it helps it not to look so flat. So now we'll glue this right to the middle of our rectangular sign now that it's dry. And then we'll take our rub-on transfer sheet that says Hello Autumn, and we'll put this on our pumpkin. This one goes on a little bit easier on the wood backing than the other one did for the leather, but it will work on both. Now I have these pumpkin stickers and we're going to just fill those in along the bottom. We'll do that on both sides just to fill in some of that empty space. And now we're going to make some bows with this ribbon I picked up from the Dollar Tree. Just a really small, simple bow. We're just tying a bow. And then at the bottom, the tails are going to take a little bit of time to get the bow just right. And then we'll cut that down to size and then dovetail the ends. And once we have the bow adjusted in the right size, we're just going to glue this to the top. And as you can see, I took a white paint marker and I just added some little lines around the border of the chalkboard. And that's it. Both of our signs are finished. So just a recap of what we've made today. We did the 2 signs with the buffalo plaid that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, just adding some details to spruce them up a little bit. And then this white foam pumpkin and the black one. If you guys like today's video, we post DIY videos every Thursday. And then on Tuesdays and Fridays, we post what's new at the Dollar Tree. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And here are some other videos from our channel you might also enjoy. Have a great day, everyone.